Extraordinary General Body Meeting, or an EGM, on the 22nd of January next year. We understand that they will seek shareholder approval to file for BIFR protection, and this is essentially because the net worth of the company has eroded significantly. Sajeet joins us now to explain the rationale for this EGM and whether this is a technicality, a formality, so to speak, or the implications of this. Sajeet, what do you make of this EGM, and what does this mean essentially for the company?
Shereen, if you look at the net worth of the company at the end of FY15, it was around 845 crores or so, and USL had in the previous quarters and at the end of FY15 had indicated that if its net worth goes beyond erodes beyond a certain level, it will be forced to file for a BIFR filing. But it's mere technicality because USL is cash positive in terms of quarterly earnings and on a yearly basis. What has happened is that its net worth has fallen from a peak of 5,849 crores to nearly 845 crores at the end of 2015. That's fiscal 2015, and its accumulated losses have risen to 5,045 crores or so, which is more than 50% of its peak net worth. And as per the guidelines which is there, which is in USL will have to file with BIFR because of that, because its accumulated losses are more than 86% of the peak net worth in that case. Just to give a backgrounder, USL had taken some of the hits because of the provisions it made. It made a provision of nearly over 2,000 crores on various terms with respect to loans given to subsidiaries of USL or investments made at the time when Vijay Mallya was in control of the company. And in the last 2 years, the board of USL and Diageo has been trying to clean up the entire balance sheet, and as process of that, they have taken a huge provision or write-off on the balance sheet, and that's the reason why the net worth has fallen from the peak of 5,800 crores to 845 crores at the end of FY15. And because the USL management feels that the net worth is has eroded more than 50%, and as per the guidance they had provided earlier, it's a mere formality that they will have to file with BIFR in January, and that will happen after a shareholder approval that comes in. If you look at the EGM notice, the company believes that it will be able to come back in positive as far as net worth is concerned, and it has a strong, robust cash flow which is in place. So it's just a mere technicality that the company has gone ahead and will be filing with BIFR after getting shareholder notes.
All right, Sajeet, a quick second question before I let you go. Sajeet, the stock today closing about 3% lower, but if you're saying that this is largely a formality and this news perhaps has already been factored in, because the fact that it has seen this net worth erosion, as you said, has already been out in the public domain. So do you really see an implication as far as the stock itself is concerned?
There will be an overhang in terms of that because, filing with BIFR would mean that there would be some kind of limitations in terms of what kind of borrowings they can do from various creditors or from the banks. But as far as core operations of USL is concerned, the street is optimistic about the cash flow, except for the fact that in the last couple of weeks and months, we have seen a lot of state governments coming out with bans on liquor in the respective state, and even today the Supreme Court had gone ahead and upheld the ban imposed by Kerala government. So that would be the only negative which is going to come in. I don't think from an operations point of view there is anything to be worried about.
All right, Sajeet, appreciate you joining us to explain what this means as far as USL is concerned. We're completely out of time on this edition.